There's my one-eyed, three-legged beautiful dog, huh? How we're doing? Yes. Even though he's been parted, missed a few pieces, he's still one happy dog. He's gonna get that horsefly, huh? Yes. He just runs like crazy, chasing rabbits. Some of the other day was basically giving us the dirty look about how could you treat your dog this way. I'm like, he did it to himself. He's the one who chased some animal across the road and got hit by a car, and then he's the one who probably chased some animal and got a thorn in his eye. I mean, he's an outside dog. He's a good farm dog. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're just a good dog. Just missing a few parts. Yeah. But he's happy. He's a happy dog. So anyways, sun's going down. It's about 9 o'clock. Still 90-some degrees. It was 96 degrees today. It was just awful. We haven't had rain for, boy, probably over 2 weeks. We haven't really been conserving a whole lot of water, but we're down to about 3,600 gallons. We top off at 5,000, so we've been doing really good. And this should get us, that 3,600 will get us through at least another probably 3 weeks before we have to start getting really concerned about our usage. And then maybe we'll get some rain between now and then. But if not, we got a backup plan for that. We've already did that once where we put that 500, I bought that 550 gallon container. Oh, there he goes. And put in the back of a trailer, and I'm able to basically siphon the water into the tanks. So even if we run out of water, it'll be okay. So anyways, I've got the layout here for the addition we want to do. And hoping the addition is done, we can finally get around to putting some siding on this house. Got the soffits finished. I still got to finish the soffits under there, and then I got to do the soffits up on the cupola still. But anyways, I came and marked out the layout of where the new living room and covered porch and screened-in porch and all that fun stuff's going to go. So I'm doing now is checking elevation. So I've got my transom set up. I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I am 1 foot below our finished floor over here. So I'm only going to do a thickened slab. When we did the original slab, this is a 12 by 18 inch footing, if I remember correctly, and it's full of rebar and everything. And then we poured a 6-inch slab on top of that because it's holding a lot of weight up in here. But just to do what we're doing out here, I don't need to have that much oomph. On the pump room, which is holding 5,000 gallons of water, plus we got a bunch of other stuff stored up in the mezzanine, that's just a thickened slab. It's a 6-inch slab with a 12-inch thickened edge on it. And that's what I plan on doing out here, because it's just a single story. There's not a whole lot of roof structure on it. It's only going to be a 312 pitch roof, so I can stay under the windows on the front. But horsefly is going to get me now. So anyways, I got to make sure that I am 12 inches below my finished floor, so that the forms I cut will fit in there perfectly. And then I'll bring in the AB3 and gravel and everything and raise that up. So out in the middle it'll be flat, and then it will dip down right at the end for that thickened slab, and I'll put rebar in there. And I'll probably go ahead and rebar the whole thing too. Either that, I'll just do welded wire mesh, I'm not sure yet. I just don't want it to crack. So probably just the welded wire would be okay. And then we got to run the radiant floor through here and all that fun stuff still. So a lot to do, but we'll see how close we can get it done. So anyways, oh man, horseflies are horrible. So things actually turned out really good. There's really only one spot that's even remotely high. So over in this corner where I come off the house, and that's really just this mound of gravel there from where we dug out the drain tile. And then right through here is just, it's raised up just a hair, and really from that point all the way around, even here in the center, all the way down is actually really good. In fact, the further I go towards the Mini-X there, I may have to actually raise the ground a little bit. So I don't have to use the Mini at all. I can just get the skid steer in here and just scrape off that side, and I can start getting forms in and filling this up. So that's great, because I was really concerned that I was going to have to dig down a little bit and then get into all that rock and deal with all that again. This pretty impressive because I've never shot elevations on this. And like I said, did this 9 months ago. I just kind of eyeballed it and scraped it off, and it's perfect. So this is great. It's gonna be really easy to fill the rock up, because I'll fill the rock up to right on top of that footing, and then my 6-inch slab will sit on top of there. I do have to go around and cut this edge off because I lowered my sheeting down probably 1.5 inches or so. So I'm going, well, right here is my nail that goes into my base plate. So I'm going to have to pretty much cut right along this line here, all the way down where the slab's going to be finished up against the house. So this line right here, from here over, will be flat. Dining room will be flat, living room will be flat, and then from this line over to the outside line, which is 8 feet, that's going to slope away because it's going to be open to the elements. Where I'm standing right now is going to be sunroom, so this side here will be screens. It'll be open to the outside as well, so this will slope away. And then the other side of the dining room is going to have to slope out also. So I've got a frame up around the dining area, so it'll go from here out, over, back, down 4 foot off the house. And the reason this is 4 foot off the house is because it lines up perfectly with the slab down here. I can do a straight line over and then back. That'll be our first pour. The second pour will be the slope section, and we may do that ourselves. So I'll get the professionals in here like we did in the house. They can smooth this out. They do an awesome job. I can run my radiant heat, will come out over there. It'll zigzag around through there for the living room. I'll have a tube come around because the storm shelter is going right here, so I don't have any heating tubes going underneath the storm shelter. So I'm going to have it wrap around the storm shelter, come down, do the living room, and then back out and down over, because right on the other side of that door is the steps. I can get access right into where the boiler and everything is at. So that'll be the first pour. The second pour we'll probably do ourselves, because all I have to do is set my forms 1 inch or so down. Then when we screed it, I'll just screed from what's already poured down to my new form, and that'll give me a 1-inch drop over that distance. And then let's see, on the covered deck I won't have that, so I'll probably put a board along the nail a board onto the house to act as my guide for the screed there. And that should be pretty good. It doesn't have to be perfect. We'll, we did the sunroom, or not sunroom, we did the pump room, and it actually did pretty good. We smoothed it out with a trowel, and then, or with the float, and then the mistake we made is we went back and tried to smooth it out again, and that caused it to be rippled and bumpy more than we wanted it to be, but it still turned out okay. And then we brushed it and it was all good to go. And we also did the right in front of the garages the same day and did that as well. So hopefully I can get this done. Our goal is to get it done by fall. I ordered our windows today. Okay, ready for this. They went up 75% from the last time we bought them. So yeah, ouch. It was not, and we only have, I only bought, what did I buy? I only bought 3 windows and 2 patio doors, and it was $11,000. I bit the bullet. I knew we had to do it. I knew we wanted to have the windows match. I didn't want to get something cheaper, so we went ahead and went with Anderson 400 series and the A series, based on what the window was. And yeah, that's a big ouch. But what we're going to do, so this window comes out and it's going to go on this side. This window comes out and becomes a picture window. Right now it's an awning, so that'll come off and it will go down here. I have about another awning window will go right there, and this becomes a picture window that you can't open or anything. It's just fixed. That goes into the laundry room. We don't really need that window open anymore. This will become an opening, cased opening. So if you remember, I didn't run any power or anything below this window, and the header is actually way up there. So I'm just going to cut that whole section out, make it a cased opening. Then there'll be a sliding glass door there, a sliding glass door here, and then the window that goes on this side is the same size as one of those, just turned on its side. So this is a 5x8. It's going to be an 8x5, and it'll go right here on the end. And the reason why we wanted so much light here in the dining room is that you know, the kitchen area is pretty much going to be blocked off almost. There's not going to be a whole lot of, well, won't be any windows going into the kitchen at that point. So we want to get as much light out here to filter into the kitchen as possible. But yeah, $11,000. That really sucked. The wood burning fireplace is planned on going right here. Out here is where I'll be able to stack all the wood up at. And then this fireplace, you can duct it into your house. So, oh, damn. Ah. All right. Freaking horse flies. Go away. Pete's sake, it's still around me. Man, they hurt. You ever been bit by a horsefly? That's a pain that doesn't go away for a while. Okay. Sorry. Ah. Jesus Christ. Get it, Asher. Get it. Yeah, get it. Get that. Ow, he just bit me. Oh, right on the back. God dang it. He's right. I can hear him. Oh, that hurt. Too old to be running away from bugs. You gonna get it, Asher? You hear it? Where's it at? God dang it, he landed on me again. Go after the dog. Ah. For Pete's sake. Natalie's probably in there laughing at me somewhere. Probably getting attacked by bees or something. Okay. Fireplace gets ducted into the house. So it'll sit here. Ductwork comes up. I can run it through the attic space between the ceiling and the rafters. And then, so the ceiling, the roof's going to come off about 6 inches below the windows, 312 pitch out to the end. The ducting is going to come in, and I can really pump it in anywhere and drop it down into a bedroom. Or we have the drop ceiling. Haven't put that in yet, but it goes in through the laundry room down the hallway. I could pipe a ductwork all the way into Natalie's craft room that way. So I can easily get heat to the lower section of the house pretty easily. In fact, I can get all the way into the garage. Getting it upstairs probably isn't going to happen, but we do have the pellet stove up there that works pretty good. So far in the winter, we've noticed that our bedroom is the coldest spot in the house. Getting heat all the way back to that side is just tough. Now, if you turn the mini splits on, it works just fine. But during the winter time, of course, your solar power is low. Running the mini splits takes a lot of power. The heat pump actually draws more power than the air conditioning, it seems. It has to go through auto defrost and things like that every once in a while, so basically it turns on a heater in there. So getting heat back to our bedroom has been a little bit of a challenge. It isn't too bad, but if we have a sunny day, we can turn the heat or the mini splits on and it's just fine. But the rest of the house stays fine. The downstairs, the radiant heat is just great. Really don't have to turn the mini split on downstairs at all. It's really just our back bedroom during the winter time we have to do that with. And then the rest of the house is just heated by the pellet stove or the radiant heat. It works out great. The radiant heat usually kicks on sometime in the middle of the night. It'll heat the slab for several hours. It usually turns off probably around, I don't know, 9 or 10 in the morning. And then that slab will stay hot clear until probably 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning that night, and then it'll kick on for several hours getting it heated back up. So that's been working out really good. But this fireplace, of course, it went up too. Oh man, now the mosquitoes are coming out. So last time we bought one of these, it was, I think it was $4,000, and I actually have a video of us putting that in. We had to tear the whole wall off the outside of our house to put it in. I'm pretty sure it was around $4,200-$4,500, I think. They've doubled. Last we talked to them at the they were an expo recently, and I talked to them there, and they were at I think they're at about $9,000. I think is what they quoted me for the exact same unit that I got. Boy, it's probably been 8 years ago now, 8 or 9 years ago. So it's just crazy how much things have gone up. So that's a bullet I don't want to bite off just yet. But I know it works. Their old house, we would turn on that fireplace heater and it duct into the house, and it really wasn't ducted very well either. And it sweats you out. It'd be 30-some degrees outside, 20 degrees outside, and we had the windows open because it got so hot inside the house. So I'm really hoping we can get the same thing going in here. But anyways, I'm getting eaten up, and I don't want to wait for that horsefly to come back. So I'm going to go inside.